What's going on, people, and welcome back to another match recap and player ratings for last night's game. Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg, Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 0. I said 2-0, yes I did. Yes, I said 2-0, that's what it was. Yes, it was 2-0, yes it was. Yes, it was 2-0, yes it was. Anyway, we're into the final against Newcastle, Carabao Cup final. 26th of Feb, I think it is, the final is. And look, they could beat us just as much as we could beat them. I think it's going to be a tight game. I could even see it going to penalties, but we'll have to wait for that anyway in future times. But last night's performance, I thought some of them... But last night's performance, I thought majority of the team were average. There was a few I had above average and a couple that dropped below. But overall, very good. Convincing performance, as I said. Forest didn't really create anything. It was a boring game for especially the first half. But then the second half, I thought it was a bit better. But I was a little bit underwhelmed by the first half performance. But we ended up with the result at the end of the game. Another clean sheet. Into the final, as I said. Still in the FA Cup. Good position in the league. Got Barcelona coming up the week before the Carabao Cup final game. So I know that Newcastle are going to have a week's rest before they play us in that final, whereas we'll be playing the Barcelona game. So that's going to be interesting to see how Ten Hag manages that, but I definitely believe that he can and believe that he will. I think our squad is good enough to beat theirs. I think we'll be slight favourites, but football doesn't work like that. You have to turn up on the day, and the better team wins. And man for man, who's better? And that will add up over the duration of the game, obviously. And the better team will win who deserves it on the day. And Newcastle are a huge threat, and going forward they will be for years to come now with the money and the backing they've got. They're doing things the right way, and under Eddie Howe, I think, for me, he should probably be manager of the year for me. Ten Hag's definitely up there, but I think what Howe has done is remarkable when they haven't really spent a ton of the money that they've got available to them now. I think he's doing a great job, so I look forward to that final. As for yesterday's game, as I said, convincing performance throughout. The first half was a bit boring, and I was a little bit like, they just looked too comfortable. It's like Ten Hag told them to just keep the ball, and if we get a goal, that's good, but just don't let them score. Second half was a lot better, though, and obviously we ended up 2-0 winners. For my player ratings, we got Heaton in goal, give De Gea a much-needed rest, and I thought he was okay, didn't really have to do anything. He made a save near the end of the game, but other than that, quiet night for him. 5. Wan-Bissaka, 6. I thought defensively he was very good. Going forward, he tried to always put in effort and do what he does, but lacks that quality going forward. But I think he had a pretty decent game. 6. Varane, 6. I thought he was solid at the back. High up the field with the pressing. Halfway line. Strong on the ball. Didn't make mistakes. 6. Martinez, 6. Similar to Varane. And he obviously offers that a bit more ball playing ability. And I thought he was solid again. 6. Luke Shaw, the disappointing ones for me. I remember he put in a horrible cross at one point. I just don't think he had a good game. I think he was a bit sloppy at times. The crossing and his delivery was not great. I just don't think it was a assured performance from him like you expect from him. So 4 for sure. Casemiro, 6. I thought he got better again as the game went on and was solid in the midfield. Didn't really get tested too much. Solid game, 6. Fred, 5, obviously got a goal. I think he had an average game, to be fair. His energy was there, but quality on the ball and that. I don't think he was terrible, but he didn't stand out to me, even with his goal. So I'd give him a 5. Bruno was my man of the match. Thought it took him a while to get into the game, but once he did, he looked sharp. He was linking up play, starting moves off, involved in moves, midpoint. And I thought he put several good balls into the box and through balls and things like that. And I thought he looked good. So, man of the match for Bruno. Pleasing to see. 7. Anthony, average. Bit disappointing considering his last few performances. I think he's been doing better. I don't think it was terrible in this, but a little bit lacklustre. Average, 5. Weghorst, 3. I don't think we saw him at all. Some of it's not his fault because he's not getting the service. There was one point where he hit a post with a header, but other than that, he was out of the game. So 3 for Weghorst. Garnacho, I'd give him an average. Couple glimpses that he nearly threatened and made something happen, but not massively involved in the game for me, so I give him an average. And then the subs, we had Maguire, Lindelof, Sancho, Martial and Rashford. I would give Lindelof and Maguire both an average because they weren't on for that long, but didn't do anything wrong. And then I would give Sancho, Martial and Rashford all a 6 because I feel like they all were lively when they came on. Obviously, Martial scored. It was good to see his smile. And Sancho come back, obviously. It's good to see him back after him being missing for so long. And just that he looks in a good place again. I thought he looked sharp when he came on. And Rashford looked pretty sharp as well. So all of them three, I'd give him a 6. Ten Hag, I'd give a 6 because I could give him a high rating, but I'm not going to get carried away with it. It's Nottingham Forest. It's not the hardest opposition to play in the later stages of a cup. I expect us to win them games, and we did. Clean sheet, bonus, but it's Nottingham Forest. And now it's good because I'm Ten Hag setting the standards, and even when we're achieving things now, I'm like, but this isn't even close to what we can do because of what he's already proven he can do. So for me, it's above average, but not by a lot because we've still got to win that final. And it was Nottingham Forest, and I don't think they were in either games, to be honest, a lot. So 6 for Ten Hag. My man of the match, as I said, was Bruno Fernandes. Let me know your man of the match in the comments, guys. Your player ratings, what you thought of the game as well. Even if you're a Newcastle fan, welcome to the channel. Let me know your thoughts for the final. Are you confident? Do you think you'll beat us? I'd love to have a discussion. Tomorrow will be Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira for the new player versus player. I'm excited for it. It's the one that I've been looking forward to do the most, to be honest. So I'm intrigued by it. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to see that. And then afterwards, as always, there will be a new poll up in the community tab for you to go over there and vote on which player versus player you get to see next. Appreciate everyone supporting. Make sure you're subscribing. And make sure they're giving a thumbs up on the video. It helps the channel a lot, and it helps the channel grow a lot too. 2-0! And we're in the final. 2-0. And we're in the final.